Hey girls, this is Laugh Out Lash Girl Melissa. What do you think of these eyes? That's what we're doing today. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about eye brushes. These are the ones we're going to talk about right here. These are the new BK Beauty Hot and Flashy, oh my God, brushes. Yeah, it doesn't have oh my God in it, but they are like that. When you use them, you'll go, where have these been all my life? So if you want to know how to use these brushes and how to get this fabulous eye look, just keep watching. Okay, so we are going to talk about all of these brushes. I love these. I was so excited when my friend told me, she said, I'm sending you a treat. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect it to be this. These are phenomenal. I do love them. So we talked about them a little bit, in the intro. But this is the brush I want to focus on right now. This one they use for concealer. It's a concealer brush. Look how it's shaped and angled. And let me just say, it's like super, super soft. So we're going to do my under eye real quick, okay, with this. And then all the other brushes will be used to do the eye look that I'm going to create today that everybody went crazy over on Facebook this past week. So I am going to start off, I'm going to use this Lancome concealer. I'm going to use that today. And I do need to put a little bit of lotion on my eyes. You know me, I love to use my Vaseline and intensely dry skin formula. And I just pop just a tiny bit right there because that's where all my lines seem to just love to be. They run all different directions, you know that. But I was real impressed with using a brush. And typically I like to use my finger. I do. I like to use my fingers for this. But this brush has changed my mind because it really does do the same thing that the finger would do. Actually, I think it does a little better. So I'm going to use a little bitty tiny pop of this hydrating primer, Younique's hydrating primer. And it's a face primer. I'm just going to kind of pop that here. This has been working for me lately. I do need to let this set for a minute, but I wanted you to see what I do for my under eyes first. Now, I need to let that primer set just a minute or two. So let me grab all the stuff I need, and we're going to get going on this, girlfriend. Okay, so I'm going to do one eye for you. I'm going to do this side because I can come up close and personal with you. Now, you can see I never put foundation underneath my eyes, never. So what you want to use is a concealer that you love. This is the color 095. And it is the Lancome All Over Concealer. I do love it. I love the brightness of it. I also love the Coscus. I'm still learning how to say that. But you're going to take the doe foot and you're going to just apply it like you normally would. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm just going to kind of dot it right up through there. That's all I'm going to use. Now we're going to take this fabulous brush. This is the concealer brush. Now, see how flat it is? How it's angled? It's perfect. It fits perfect. When Angie thought about this, she put a lot of thought into these brushes. And let me just say, I love it. I love it. Now I'm going to bring a little bit up right in here to kind of open up and brighten that inner corner. Look at that. And so I've been using these now for about a week and a half. And I've used them in a lot of different ways, but this one is the only one I've used. This is what this one is for. Very specifically what it's for. So blend it in. And what I will do, I pat it. You don't swipe it. Just pat it in. But what I do when I get done, I'm going to bring some up just right in there. Kind of fill that in. Brighten up. Make sure I come up through my temple. And that way I have a lot of brightness. Do you see that? I love it. I love these concealers. And this one is good for mature skin. So, and all of these brushes are good for mature eyes. I'm just telling you they are. They're wonderful. And you're going to want to try them. And I'll link everything below. And then I'll come back and look. And really, nothing has really settled. It's pressed it in pretty nicely. But I do still love to come and take my finger and just kind of press it in. Just to make sure that everything is sitting nicely on the skin and not sitting in those little wrinkles, okay? Darn wrinkles. Perfect. It's perfect. And then what I will do is take, my setting spray, spray it in my hand, dab a little bit on here on my finger, and I will just kind of pat it in very lightly across there. That's it. and it will set it, and it will be all day wear, girl. It will. You'll love it. I'm going to bring a little bit right up in that area. Now I'll finish the other eye off camera. So, but I wanted you to see how to use this brush. It's so soft. It's not going to stick. You know how some brushes feel like they're poking you? It's not. It's very, very soft. And it blends it out just beautifully. You will love it. Okay, so that is totally done. It's set. Now I'm going to use just a little bit of It's by Pores just to kind of, I love to kind of mattify it just a tad. This has hardly got any powder on it, so it's just going to be very, very minimal there. But how brightening is that? Now, I don't have perfect under eyes, and by no means, but just a little bit of brightness goes a long way. And it just brightens up your face, you know? So now we're going to go into the eyeshadows, and we're going to use the brushes. And I'm going to use all of the brushes. Now, we will use this brush at some point, okay? We will use that one at some point. Now, I always start off putting a little bit of Velour foundation on my eyes. I always do that. And so this is a Younique product here as well. And I always use this brush to do it. Now, this is just a wash of color. I have eye primer on, and I have set all of this with some It's by Pores, the little powder like this. And very, very light, and you'll never know it's there, okay? And the good thing about that is when you use your eye primer, it can tend to be a little tacky, so it's good to set it with just a little bitty tiny bit of powder. But this right here, this is so pretty. I love to just kind of do a wash of color, not on my lid down here, but just up in this area here, just to kind of even out that skin tone, because I do have some blotches there. So, you know, it's like some brown spots and things. But that's basically all I do. Okay, so I'm going to do this eye on camera for you. And then I will do the other one off camera, okay? So these are our colors. And yes, there's shimmers in it. And you're going to go, oh my gosh, I don't do shimmers. But you will like these. This is Optimistic. This is Antsy. This is Astute. And this is Marvelous. So I have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. Now, the thing about the look is the brushes. These brushes kind of like blend themselves out. They're absolutely amazing. I don't know how else to describe it. But the 3 brushes that you want to start with are these 3. These are, let me see, A503, A504, and A502. Okay, they're all different shapes. So I'm going to start with this one because this is going to be my transition brush to use for my transition color. And actually, I'm going to use this one for blending out and maybe into the crease. And then this one's going to be used for the outer V, a smaller one. It works so good. These are very, very soft. I love them. I absolutely love them. I couldn't believe Lori sent them to me. I was so excited. I was so excited. So you want to take this brush here. And the cool thing about these is they're very light. I love the angle. I love how I can hold this and it's perfect in my hand. Just very, very light. I like that. And also, when you're using these, you don't have a lot of fallout. I don't know if it's the brush not having all the fallout. It's grabbing it and holding it. But I haven't had any fallout with these. So, I'm hooded. Yes, I am. I have a lot of space here. And this is my worst side because it's downward turned, okay? But we are going to take this and I'm going to pop it right there. And you see where you can see it now? You can see it now. And we're just going to kind of transition this color right through here, like this, back and forth. And instead of bringing it down, we're going to take it outward. But look how pretty the color blends out, like effort. I mean, there's no effort. The brush does all the work. I'm just amazed by these brushes. I never really thought that brushes made a huge difference until I've used these. Honestly, until I've used these, I never thought that. All right, I'm going to grab just a tad more. And I'll do the same thing on the other side, you know, and I'll pop back on and you can see the finished product. But this one, I want to show you how pretty this brush is to use. Now, you could use this as an overall blending brush too, but they do call it a crease brush. And I see why they call it a crease brush. They are dome-shaped. It's just so pretty when you start using it. Look at that. It just applies effortlessly. Love it. I love it when things come together and work. All right, so the next color that we're going to add is actually going to be the two shiny colors. So this is the brush for that. See how it's flat and it's angled? And this one is going to be, it's very soft, but it is kind of dense, which that's what you want. These brushes can be used with cream eyeshadows, powder eyeshadows, liquid eyeshadows, whatever you need to put on. They can be used for all of those. I did watch a few videos on them about the which ones do what, you know, so I wouldn't be so stupid about it. But, you know, trying to use them. I pretty much, you know, I was trying to figure out the three kind of brushes, the three that go together that really are the trio that you need to do your eyes. And I just did that on the wrong side. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. What am I doing? It's okay. I still got to do that eye. Oh, I get so tickled at my own self. This is the color I'm using. It's called Antsy. Maybe I'm antsy. That's it. Got antsies in my pantsies. I don't know. It's a beautiful day here in Alabama, by the way. Tomorrow is going to be really cold. Today is going to be in the 70s. So as I film this, it's beautiful. Now tomorrow is going to be cold and we're back to the deep freeze for a little bit. That's the way it is in the South, though. I'm using Optimistic now. Take a little of that. It is like that in the South. Now, let me just say this. When you're using shiny colors, especially Optimistic, it's very shiny, okay? Very, very shiny. And these are Younique colors, and I will put this in the description box for you if you'd love to grab it. But this color, Optimistic, can really open up your eye. Now, you can always come back and add, which I will show you at the end of this eye. We can mattify it just a little bit. But never go and swipe across your eye. All your skin cells will show, and you won't like that. And you'll be like, nope, I don't like shiny. But if you pat it in, just remember to tell yourself, pat is your friend, okay? And you see I'm using one side for one color and one side for another. So this is the darker side here. That's the lighter. And so this is the side I used for Antsy. So I'm going back into Antsy, and I'm going to put Antsy right here. I don't feel antsy. That's a cool name to name something, isn't it? I'd love to be the person that named eyeshadows. Oh, yes. There you go. How pretty is that? Oh, that is really pretty. Now, the next one we're going to use is the smallest one. We use the bigger one. Now, this one here, I could come back in if I wanted. I'm going to use this one to come back. But if you wanted to add another color, so like another transition type color. See, I use two shinies. So I use them on my lid. I would never put that in my crease. But however, if I had a color right here that was a matte color, but maybe a shade darker than this color, you could definitely come in, use this brush here, and come right in that crease to define that area even more. But these are so pretty together. This color right here is going to be kind of sort of my transition color right in through here and my outer V. So I'm going to use the smaller brush because it just works better. I have, you know, I can actually sit here and have it right on the end of this, and I have more control, okay? And what I typically will do is just go right along this lash line here, like that. And you can either use a spoon, you can use something if you need a guideline, you know what I'm saying? You could do that if you wanted to. You could use a spoon here. I'm pretty much gauging it to, that's why I went ahead and did my brows so that I could see where I need to go, which is right there, like that. Look how precise that is. I just love these brushes. Now I'm going to take it up just a little bit higher because I need a lift on this side. I have downward turned eye on this side. So you have to compensate for the other side. See, so I'm going to kind of bring this in. See what I'm doing? Bringing it in, kind of defining that eye a little bit right through here. And then blending it back out. I love these brushes. There's really no effort in blending. It just grabs and holds the eyeshadow perfectly. It's so darn cute. I love it. It's cool losing these. You see, I get excited. I get easily excited. This is the little things in life. Yes. And then we're going to add eyeliner to this. And we're also going to add, you know, some mascara to it too. See that? Oh, it's so pretty. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that I put together. That's this cool thing about Younique stuff. You can get these. These pop out and you can interchange. You can add other colors to it, take away, and build your own. Look at that. Ooh, girl, I love it. Now, see, I'm going to take this up just a tad more right here because I want that lift. This is so pretty. Now, we're going to use, let me find Proper. We're going to use Proper. And Proper, no, that's perfect. I don't want Perfect. Perfect's black. You could use black for this, but I think to keep it softer for our older eyes, we need to use a color that's like a chocolate brown, and that's what this is. And there it is on my arm. And you know what? These are waterproof. So if you have watery eyes, girl, you're not going to have those big blotches sitting here. I've had that happen to me, and it's horrible. You look at yourself and go, what in the world is that blotch there? Yeah, that will happen, especially if you have watery eyes or you've over moisturized too much. You know, you could get that. Now, I do not bring my liner all the way to the inner corner simply because I have close set eyes, and it would make them even closer. So if you have wider set eyes, then bring it into the corner. You can do that. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take, right here's the corner of my eye right here. And we're going to flick this up. And you keep your eyes open and just make a nice little flick right there. You don't want a big one. It's just a little tiny baby wing. And we're going to draw it back just like that to meet the others. Kind of like making a little triangle right there. And it really gives you that definition. Do you see the difference in how that lifted this eye? Isn't that cool? Makeup is such fun. I hope y'all learned something. I really do. That's my whole goal. Aging is hard, and it's so difficult to see yourself change so much, you know? And I feel like sometimes I have to reinvent myself a lot. And I shouldn't really feel that way, but I do at times. Now, I am going to tight line right here in this corner, just to kind of get the smoky look, a little more definition in there. You see? And that's going to help lift it too. Now, sometimes, typically, if you bring stuff underneath, it can pull your eye down a little bit. I'm going to use that really small one that we used, the little tiny one, tiny brush. And we're going to come in with Marvelous. And Marvelous is a matte, so don't worry about it being shiny underneath there. And we're just going to kind of bring this right underneath and smudge it out. This is so soft. It's not going to, like, you know, stick your skin or anything like that. I have used some brushes that are like that, and it's like, owie. And you go, kind of like that. All right. What do you think? Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Now I'm gonna grab my mascara. I'm gonna do my mascara off. You know, so this won't be so long for you. I've already kind of talked too much. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, mascara's on. Isn't it pretty? I'm gonna add just a little more Marvelous to kind of darken this out. Smoke it out just a little. And then we're gonna add that other color I told you, Laid Back. Laid Back is a very light matte eyeshadow, and it's kind of an ivory color. It's really pretty, and it looks good in the inner corner. That is so pretty. I get excited about little things like that. And now I'm going to come back and grab this same brush. I did clean it off. This is Laid Back. You can see I love this one. I do. Yeah, I'm down to the pan on that one. I need to order some more. I haven't ordered any. But you just want to take a little of it and put it on the end of the brush like that. And you're just going to kind of pop it like right in here. Just a little bit if you need that mattification. Or you need it to be, maybe you put too much shiny there. This is something you can do. You can come back and kind of pop some of this over it. And it will like make it less shiny. Not as bright, shiny. It'll mattify it a little bit. That's why I like to use this color. Isn't that pretty? I say that a lot, don't it? Isn't that pretty? I do. I love it. I love being creative. And if you learn something, then that's my goal. See how that's so pretty? I love it. So this is just a color that I use. Now this would be pretty if you wanted to run it. If you wanted to run it a little bit right up underneath here to a little highlight. Because it's, you know, not shiny. We don't want to use a whole lot of shiny stuff up under our over our older eyes, you know. But I'm going to finish this other eye off camera. Look at the difference in my eyes. Look how much more lifted this side is. It's so cool. All right, guys. I'll be right back with a finished look. Okay, so there's my eyes completed, both of them. I love these eyeshadows. Now, these are the other 3 brushes that we haven't used. Now, remember I told you, you can add this one to add a little bit of color. You can also go back in and use this brush if you want to come back to your transition color, this one here, which was Astute. You can come back in and kind of touch that up with this so it's smaller, or you could touch it up with this one. Either one, it doesn't matter. So since we already kind of know how these work, let's use this one. This one is a 501. I love this one. This one is very precise. It's a little more dense kind of brush. We are going to use this one too. I forgot. I bet you thought I forgot, didn't you? Yep. So I put it right on the end. And what I'm going to do is just kind of pop this color like right through here. Kind of blend it out. And then you can see it just a little bit more. See how packed you can put the color in? I guess that's the word. It just, woo. Woo. I love these brushes, y'all. I really think they're, for mature eyes, they are incredible. Now, I've used a lot of brushes. I have a lot of brushes. I love Younique's brushes. I like all kinds of brushes. But these have been the most easy to work with that I have ever used. Hands down, ever used. I mean, seriously, see how that just blended and just put the perfect touch right on it. I didn't have to really do anything to it. Now, this one here, we know what this is. We can put our blush on with it. We can put our bronzer on with it. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take medium color bronzer. Just a bronzer Younique has, or had. You can't get this. But if you have your own bronzer, you use your own bronzer. And just take a little bit. This is very, very soft. You won't need a whole lot. And I'm just going to go ahead. And I did go ahead and use my Wonder Stick, you know, to contour here. And I blended all of that out. But I wanted to show you how this is so soft. The incredible softness of these brushes is amazing to me. Oh, I love that. And it just blends it as it goes on. It's amazing. I'm going to use the color, I'm going to use Sisterly Blush today. Because I want a little brightness in my face, okay? I've got a lot of neutral colors on, so we need to offset all that neutral just a little bit. So we're going to use the same brush, because that's what this could be for. And you can use it for your blush as well. Isn't that, oh my gosh, that goes on so good. It's really like you don't even have to blend. These are amazing. There are a lot of products that I've tried, and a lot of brushes. Girl, I got a lot of brushes, okay? So, and when these showed up at my door, I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to get those. And she sent them to me, and I have just been in love with them ever since I've had them. I've only had them about a week or so, but let me just say, every eye look I've done is just amazing. It turns out so pretty, so blended without the effort of having to go and back and blend. Absolutely no fallout from the brushes. That's simply amazing too. Now we're going to grab my Madison Beer and we're going to finish up this little face. Now I've already powdered my face and stuff, set my foundation and all of that. So I really don't need to do that now. But we're going to take my Beauty Blender, and this is the original Beauty Blender, by the way, and spray. And then we're going to just pop this right here. You know what I love? I love to make a little sheen shine on my face, like in certain areas. And this is how I finish off my face every single day with this. I love it. It's one of my favorite products for sure. And it's not that expensive if you order it through Morphe on their website. You won't pay what I did at Ulta. And I don't think Ulta has it anymore, honestly. So remember, I put this on my arm. I wanted you to see how that does not smudge. It has set. So this is the liner that I used on my eye. Look at that. Doesn't move at all. You will have to use soap and water to get that off my arm and off your face too. So let's see. I want to finish out my lip with just a little bit of, let me see what I want to use today. we had some new lip glosses right now. This is February. We always run specials and stuff, but right now the special is about the eyes and things like that. So that's why I'm focused on eyes today, and the fact that I got those brushes. But this is a new color, and I don't know if they'll keep it or not, but it's called Lusty, and I just think it's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite new ones, and I like lip gloss. Makes your lips look pouty. It just brings everything together. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I could do that all day. But Lusty's really pretty. And the other two colors that are available are Legit and Lovely. And they're new ones too. And that's really pretty. No, not Legit. Legit was in the last one. You can't get that one. I'm sorry. Where's my brain? It's somewhere in the beach. That's where it's at. But let me pick all these back up so that you can see all 6 of these and how cool they are. I love these. If you haven't tried the Hot and Flashy, you know Angie's Hot and Flashy, you need to try these. These things are wonderful. I love them, and I don't think I've ever quite used any brushes like these. I look forward to using them. Honestly, I do. I'm like, what am I going to create today with these? You know, that's how I feel, because I have more, it's going to give you more courage to try other things, because it's going to blend out so pretty and you're not struggling to try to blend it out. It's almost like when you use these, they blend out as you go. Isn't that cool? That is so cool to me. So, what do you think? Oh, girl. I'm ready to go. I got to go shopping. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to Ulta. I have a gift card I need to use, and I need to get my shampoo and stuff. And I did curl my hair today a little bit. I haven't curled it in a while, and I thought, well, you know what? I got a new beachy wave, kind of not like a curling iron, but it's got the little wavy thing. So that's what made that kind of wavy. Isn't that cool? And you just stamp it, and it makes the waves. I found that at Ulta too. I think it's you probably could get it at Walmart too, I think. I may have to do a video on that. What do y'all think on doing this hair? It was really fun to do. I did use a curling iron too, but I used the wavy thing on the bottom part and then the curling iron on the top part. Now I'm off into hair. I'm sorry. All right. You guys have a fabulous Sunday. I'm so excited that you're here every Sunday. Please like and share and subscribe to this channel. And I'll be back next Sunday with something new. Let's see what I come up with next Sunday. I want to see you here, okay? Love you guys. I'll see y'all later.